Hey there, Variety here. Welcome to today's video in which we're going to be doing a warrior class guide for Tarisland. So much like our other class videos, this video is going to have a look at the basic rotation for each of the specializations, and then we're going to go and do a bit of PvE so you can see it in a party setting. Before we get into that though, let's talk a little bit about the warrior class itself. So much like the paladin class, it has two completely different roles, which would be tank and DPS. And much like the paladin, it is a melee class, which has to get in your face, and it kind of works as you would imagine a warrior works in most MMORPGs. Okay, so let's jump into having a look at the DPS spec rotation. Okay, so you've had a look at the basic rotation. I just want to add a little bit of extra information before we go into battle though. So for the build that I'm running right now, it's basically revolves all around using Fury Blade. So Fury Blade is a lot of my damage, and I want to be using Fury Blade to do as much damage as possible. And the entire build basically revolves around bringing my energy up so I can go into rage mode and then use Fury Blade. So you're going to see Fury Blade reset quite a few times. And it resets even more, does more damage as you get to a higher level. So let's go into battle. Unfortunately, this boss has an early stage change. So let's get our way through this. So the talents here, maybe not the best. The talents that I'm currently using, I think they're the default. Dash. Honestly, I think that every character feels infinitely better to play if you just have some kind of dash or some kind of run ability, you know, like a movement speed ability. Just feeling that extra bit of mobility feels good on every class, and if you can shove it in there, I would definitely recommend moving, having a movement speed ability on all your characters. My second one is my jump, which I'll show you in a second, and I believe my third one is a slowdown. So the third one needs to get changed. All right, so we jump on, we use T to make sure we start rage, we double hit. That extends the timer, but I don't think I'm gonna get back into rage. Yep, I'm good. Of course, we also have our AoE ability here, which isn't really useful for this fight right now. So yeah, the class will change obviously a bit when you level up and you get different talents because, it changes the rotation a bit. But that's the basics of playing the DPS for the warrior. So now we've looked at the basic tank rotation. We're going to go into combat with the tank. I just want to note here that I'm in a dungeon with a second tank right now, so maybe a little bit more difficult because the boss may not aggro on me all the time, which is actually what I want to happen. So the basic thing that I'll be doing here is I'll be using Shield Bash, Shield Assault, and Storm Trample to get my energy back, and then use my energy to activate Sturdy Barrier. Obviously, things change a little bit based upon your talents, but that's kind of the basic rotation. Okay, so let's go into battle. So I've taken 2 taunts to make sure he's on me. So as you can see, it's pretty simple at a lower level. I've played this class, I think, at level 35 in the previous beta. And it definitely gets a little bit more difficult, you know, when you weave in more talents, because you need to kind of like, you know, keep track of your abilities, because, you know, one leads into another. But it doesn't get much more difficult than this, you know, just using your abilities kind of like to raise your energy, and then using your energy using abilities or your shield abilities at the most opportune time. Okay, so that covers pretty much everything you need to know for the basics for the warrior. If you need more information, as I mentioned before, go and have a look at the spreadsheet below the video, because that is the best way I can keep the information as updated as possible. Thanks for watching, guys.